We are emergency care. We are first responders. When minutes count, we are here. We are faith.
Henson, you had an extra week of practice. How did that extra week fit for you guys?
Well, I think it did good. We really won't know till we show up Friday night and see how well we play, but we had a good week. It was a needed rest, had some good practice, so I felt like it went good.
Yeah. Like I say, it happened a little late in your district season, but maybe all things considered, it'll work to your benefit. Well, you got Lake Worth coming up.
Yeah, we got Lake Worth coming up, our last game of the season, of course, last district game, obviously, and then we head into the playoffs. So we're going to kind of treat this week as a chance for us to go out and perform well and hopefully get a good momentum going into the first round of the playoffs.
So based on what happened this past weekend, sort of locked in your position?
It did. We're locked into our position, and also Glen Rose in the other district, they're locked into theirs. So unlike most years, when you go into the 10th week, you don't know for sure if you're in or who your opponent is and all that. We actually go into the 10th week with us and Glen Rose knowing that we'll be meeting in that by-district round.
We talked about Lake Worth a little bit last week. Let's set that game up again.
They're a very talented team. They're having a rough season so far, and they're coming off of a big upset defeat. Castleberry scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to pull off a big upset. That's a big rival game. That's similar to our Big Sandy game with Decatur. So an emotional game there, and we just don't know what to expect from Lake Worth when we show up Friday.
Terrific. Well, listen, let's talk to a couple of players, and best of luck to you in that one coming up.
You bet.
A couple of your standout Bull players. We want to talk to these guys, introduce them.
Okay, this morning we have 2 defensive players. Next to you is a junior outside linebacker, Brandon Huff, and standing next to me is a senior defensive lineman, Abaku Fuentes.
Terrific. We'll just step over just a little bit. We'll spend a couple of minutes talking to these guys. You're a senior. How long have you been playing ball?
About 5 years.
Yeah. Are you from this area?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The time that you've spent here at Bridgeport playing ball in this athletic program here, what's maybe the number one thing that you take away?
My own time. You know, I spend more time over here practicing in school and having fun over here playing football, and I don't spend much time in my house.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of time involved. There's a big time commitment. What's maybe the number one thing that you take away? You're a junior. You've been playing for how long?
Since 7th grade, so about 4 years.
Yeah. What's the number one thing you take away from football in general, maybe, and from this program here at Bridgeport?
What I would take away?
What's maybe the number one standout thing in your mind that's been the number one thing that has been a benefit to you participating in this program?
I would say that the coaches they make us fight and be warriors, and I think that'll help us out and later on in life.
All throughout life, absolutely. Well, you had an extra week of practice. How did you take advantage of it personally?
Well, learn how to more plays. You know, learn how to do next execute better. Heal if you're hurt. You know.
Yeah, there's some of that going on. How about you?
Just get my fundamentals down. Maybe try not to have as much mistakes next week against Lake Worth.
Coach give you any rest at all?
A little bit.
How do you prepare now for you got a big game coming up against Lake Worth? You're already in the playoffs, but this is an important game coming up. How do you prepare for that?
Practice harder, go out there and pay attention better, and learn to play a lot better.
Looks like you're going to have some beautiful weather for practice this week. How do you prepare?
Just practice, know what we're doing, so we can steal the number 2 spot in district.
Focus, more of the same. What do you like to do when you're not playing football?
Well, I like baseball. I just like to rest.
Yeah, rest up right for your next practice, your next game. How about you?
Oh, just spend time in my house and rest too.
Big family?
Yeah, big family. Yeah.
Are you guys outdoorsmen? You like to hunt, fish?
I like to fish. I don't hunt that much.
Yeah. How about you?
I just fish. I really don't know how to hunt either.
Terrific. Best of luck in this one coming up. And as you guys go into the playoffs, best of luck to you.